What's good, y'all? I ain't gonna waste no time. How to find your sound as a producer or how I found mine. Let's get straight to it. One of the first things that I want to talk about is taking inspiration. I feel like as creatives, we get inspiration mixed in with having to be original. You know what I'm saying? Like taking inspiration is cool, but as long as we not biting or making it like you feel me too obvious, then it got to be original. You know what I'm saying? And then we get so wrapped up in the delusion that we think everything we got to do can be taken from inspiration, but it got to be 100% creative, and that's just not true. Finding your own sound does not mean you got to make up a one of one creation that no one has ever heard or no one has ever seen, because frankly that's just not possible. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of us that make music, so it's very high percentage that whatever person, you know what I'm saying, whatever thing you might be doing that you think is 100% original, um, somebody else might have did it. You feel what I'm saying? So if you don't know me, I'm gonna just give a little brief rundown of what my style is, how I found my style. My name Ricky Rax, man. I've been at this motherfucking music shit for like 6 years and a half. Um, and yeah, y'all can just look at my Instagram. I'm probably gonna put it on the screen somewhere. But yeah, I got like 8,000 followers. You feel me? I don't want to flex it or nothing, but it all came from me being my authentic self. You know what I'm saying? Expressing my music and what my music is really is just me playing with jazz like Miles Davis, John Coltrane, Bill Evans. You know what I'm saying? Playing with the voices and melodies of jazz and flipping it and making it some trap shit. You know what I'm saying? The shit I grew up on: Thug, Weezy, Future, all that shit. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm gonna get to it how I make my sound, how I make my beats, and I'm gonna try to help y'all along the way so y'all can find y'all own sound. The first thing I'm doing when I make my sound is I want to make sure it's the bass idea that I always got in my head. So it's you know what I'm saying, something I can go off. You feel me? Like when you listen to Pierre's beats are most likely gonna be having a synth or some dreamy aspect to it or some video game shit. So I wanted to have that same little aspect in my music and just make sure that everything I made or everything I tried to make was sample based, was jazz sample based. So I'm gonna play these chords real quick for y'all. Yeah, so I wanted to, you know what I'm saying, make sure that the jazz feeling is there. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the times when I was mainly making my beats and making my trying to find my style in the first you know what I'm saying, go, I just experimented a lot, try to find sure to make sure I was doing the right chords, you know what I'm saying, make sure I was doing the right things so I could get that jazz feeling, you feel me? And that's another thing. When you make your own sound, you gotta realize it ain't no blueprint to go off of. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no blueprint to go off of. You gotta make sure that what you're doing resonates with you, mainly feeling. You know what I'm saying? When you're making your own sound, when you find your own sound as a producer, you're gonna want to go off of feeling and how, you know what I'm saying, it makes you feel. If you feel like you're forcing it, chill. If you feel like you're doing too much, chill. But if you feel like it's just right, then that might be the sweet spot for what you want your sound to be like. So next up, I added an acoustic bass, and while I'm doing this, while I do try to make my sounds as realistic as possible, sometimes I'll throw in some, you know what I'm saying, not too high quality, like not high contact, because this is an acoustic based personality, so it's not going to be the most realistic sounding, but it gets the job done. You know what I'm saying, and that's what I'm going to tie in later with, you know, using other VSTs and other sounds to accompany what you want your melodies to be like. So like I was saying before with the acoustic bass being his analogy, um, you got to remember at the end of the day, this is the trap side of my style. You know what I'm saying? I don't want it to be too jazz based, because at that point it just sounds like I'm making a sample and just flipping it. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool, but it doesn't give it that same flair that it would be giving it if without my, you know what I'm saying, added trap sense. So I made sure I went into this analogy, got a little pad called Hairborn, copied the same chords, and it gives it that sense of trap, in my opinion, because it's not something you would hear in like a old record. You know what I'm saying? Like back in the 60s and 50s, you know what I'm saying, when that shit was really popping, when jazz was popping, anyone really using synths like that. Everything was acoustic, recorded in a room, ran through a vinyl, boom. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to give it that little feeling of, you know, some modern day shit, some modern day trap shit. You feel what I'm saying? And I think one of the biggest things about finding your own sound is, bro, like, you really got to experiment. You really cannot be scared to get outside of your comfort zone, because that's where you're gonna find shit that you never really like thought of, and that's gonna be your biggest friend. Like that's gonna be the biggest way you push your creative limits. You know what I'm saying? Like don't try to make your own sound and stick to what you know. Go crazy, bro. Stick to what you know and then flip it into some shit that you ain't never done before. Like before doing this jazz shit, I never really was like doing jazz chords like voicings, 7 chords. You know what I'm saying? Like all these diminished and suspended chords. Like I wasn't really doing this until I got comfortable doing it. And the more you perfect your sound, the more you get comfortable doing your sound. You know what I'm saying? And the more it feels like it's secondhand nature. And that's gonna keep niggas asking like, damn, how he do that? How he do that? Or how he do this? Because a lot of niggas, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like a lot of niggas do the same shit, bro. You feel me? A lot of niggas just are comfortable doing the same shit they came up on because it's making the money. And wow, that's straight. You know what I'm saying? It is no problem with that, because at the end of the day, music is music. You know what I'm saying? Like, some niggas don't really know how to flip the script on a nigga. You know what I'm saying? And when you flip the script and make your own sound and get your own sauce and get your own juice, that's gonna be the one that's gonna be the shit that make you stand out in the room. That's gonna be the one that makes niggas be like, whoa, what the fuck going on with this nigga? How you do that? But again, like I was saying before, I don't want to use too much acoustic instruments. You know what I'm saying? I don't use too much acoustic instruments. I do want some trap bass in my shit. So I went to a Xenology again. I got a little pulsator from this bank reverse Temple of XE, and I'm gonna play it for y'all real quick so y'all can hear it. And for the final like added touch to really bring home that jazz feel is the groove, bro. That's another thing that I want to talk about. The groove is one of the main things that you want to make sure that you feel in your music. You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure that that groove is one of one to you. Like, let's say for instance, my boy Harry Rock. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Harry Rock. That's a nigga I really like. Fuck with his music. I fuck with his style. You know what I'm saying? I try to mimic in my shit. When you hear Harry Rock beats, it's like a bouncy feel. You know what I'm saying? Like it make you want to get up.
Yeah, nigga, this flow shit, I ain't tryna talk it out. Shout out to my nigga, the one who passed me out, we poppin' up.
You know what I'm saying? Harry Rock shit is more energetic. It got some hints of Pierre, but it's still his own shit. Like you can hear it in the hi-hats, clicky snares, bouncy ass 808s. It make you want to get up and do something. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Harry Rock. Same shit with 406 Ahmed. You know what I'm saying? Nine Vicious producer right now. He go crazy with the samples. Got the little the little stop with the hi-hats and the snare. And you know the Ike. You know what I'm saying? The chant. So it's just, you gotta make sure that you got your own little groove, got your own little style with your shit. You know what I'm saying? Make it sound cool as hell. So for me, my groove is the jazz brushes. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be the jazz shit, tie it back all in together. So it's like a full, you know what I'm saying, circle. And where I get my shit from is Splice. You know what I'm saying? Splice.com. Shout out to Splice. If y'all want to sponsor this video, slide a nigga some bread, man, go ahead. I promise you I won't curse that much shit. Yeah, man. I'm gonna go more into like just finding your own sound after I just break down the whole loop. And yeah. So back to finding your own groove. This ties in back to finding your own groove. It don't have to be trap. It don't got to be jazz. It don't got to be R&B. It don't got to be soul. Whatever I'm doing, I'm not trying to do this to appeal to one audience. I'm not trying to do this video to appeal to trap producers, R&B producers. So like, I don't really give a fuck what you make. You feel me? But the reason why I want to cover my drums and shit instead of just a loop is because it ties back into the groove aspect. You know what I'm saying? It gives it that feeling that, okay, this is trap. This is really trap. These is trap drums thrown through, like, you feel me? It drives that point home. And the reason I say that is because when you make your own style, you want to make sure the feeling you invoke is tied to what the name is gonna be. You know what I'm saying? And this is just like the little flair part. This is just a little finesse part. You don't gotta really, you know what I'm saying, do too much, because rage beats is complicated, but they just call rage beats. It don't really gotta be no crazy shit. But you wanna have a style for what you call your shit. You wanna have it to have flair. You know what I'm saying? So folks can know like, okay, that's his shit. That's his genre of music. Like new jazz, that's mirror shit. You know what I'm saying? Like plug and B. You know what I'm saying? You can be tied to summers, autumn. Like, you feel me? You're gonna have a name for your shit so you can put a face to it. Type shit. You feel me? So when you making your style, name it after the feeling that it invokes to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to make some cool shit and it feel like the shit you make it feel like you just chilling. You know what I'm saying? You chilling, you want a blunt. I mean, you want a porch. You want a porch smoking a blunt. You know what I'm saying? You just chilling. You can name your shit backwood music, bro. And you just chilling, bro. You just make chill ass beats like Pierre shit, but you flip it and really make it feel like you smoking a backwood. You know what I'm saying? Like backwood music. Just, you don't gotta overthink this shit, bro. Like, a lot of folks think you gotta overthink it and you gotta be so crazy. You gotta be 101 original, bro. All I'm saying is to find your own sound, bro. Just look deep inside what you really like and who's your inspiration in this music shit. Take parts and bits and pieces of that, mix it with your own interests, and my nigga, you will have your own style in like a year. You know what I'm saying? You will have your own swag in a year. One nigga I've been fucking with, his whole swag, his whole style is just a combining Renaissance shit like swords, chainmail, and all that shit, and incorporating it with trap. Shout out Zucchini, bro. Real shit. That's the main nigga I was gonna look at and try to use as a inference for this video, but I forgot. But look at him. He got his own swag. He got his own style, bro. Slay Tanted, Slay Life Committee. You feel me? Shout out Zo. Shout out Zoo. But goddamn, yeah, bro. Just find your own way, find your own style. Like, it opens a lot of doors for you as a producer, as an artist, as a composer, because it just allows people to see a new, fresh perspective of you. It's a quote from Pharrell that I kind of want to say real quick, just to tie in the whole video. Pharrell says, "Creativity is like the work of the universe. The universe is a library. All we doing is checking ideas out." And I feel like that kind of really sums up the creative experience. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to be inspired and creative. We are all creative in our own ways. We all got our own ideas. We all got our own opinions. You know what I'm saying? But we, at the end of the day, we got to realize that everything comes from something. You know what I'm saying? So being the one of one guy you think you're going to be, being the OG guy, like, it just ain't going to happen. You got to recognize the influences, and you got to recognize that what you might make might not be the only thing done, be the only thing ever done. I might not be the only nigga ever doing this style, but I know I'm making it my style by adding my own influence, because you are your own person at the end of the day. Ain't nobody in the world like you. You feel me? It's only one you. So it's only going to be one style that you got. But that's all I got for the video, man. I ain't gonna really do too much. Y'all see I barely even went over the drums and shit. But goddamn, y'all boys be smooth. Salute to y'all boys. Keep working. Put your 10,000 hours in. Raps out, man.